Hi friends, Reverend Katie here with day 8 of our Advent devotional from The Weary World Rejoices by Kate Bowler. And today I'm actually reading from day 7 instead of day 8 because I wrote the sermon for Sunday on day 8. So we're back a day, but we'll be back to normal tomorrow for day 9. So for day, we'll say 7.5, we are leaving the rest to God. Before we start, we will light our Advent candle first of hope and second of peace. And so Kate is talking to us today about all the problems we carry and how hard it can be to feel like things are out of our control, but how important it is to be able to give these things over to God. And so her first question for us today is think about all the things you are passionate about or worried about happening in your life or in the world right now. Write them down on a piece of paper. Take a second to pray over your list. Place a check mark next to the problems, situations, and worries on the list that are out of your control. Those are the things you can give to God for now. One day, God might show you a way that you can help. So I have made my list here. I just used a grocery list so I could easily put check marks beside it. And I'll be honest, there were a lot of things that I checked off that I know are out of my control, like the health of my loved ones, the state of international politics, colonial oppression, anti-trans lawmaking, the community health that we have, our fishers who are out on the water, our friends who are in the midst of grief. There's so much on here that is out of my control, and I need to be able to set it into God's hands, to know that praying and offering it to God is something that I can do. It's something important that I can do, to hold all of my friends and all of my communities of faith and all of our wider communities in the world in prayer. And so if you're like me and you try to keep up on political events, I found one way to keep up on political events, but also hold on to that centering of prayer is I'm subscribed to the weekly World in Prayer email list, and they offer events of the world, but in prayer, so that we can continue to offer strength and compassion for these communities through the power of prayer. And so, my friends, the second part of this is to think of the things that keep you worrying at night or that weigh on your heart. On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is it for you to trust God with the redemption of the world? And I'm a worrier. I will be entirely honest about that. I am often a worrying person. And it's hard to place it in God's hands. And I think when I'm at my lower moods, when I'm really worried, it's harder for me to trust God in those moments. Despite the fact that I know God is able to carry all of this, does carry all of this, and is right beside me, hearing every concern and every care that I have. But it's still hard. So some days I'm probably closer to a 3 or a 4, but I think in moments right now like this, I'm closer to a 9 or even a 10. I think there's change in all of us and how we're holding and how easily we're willing to let go and to let God. So I hope you can join me today in taking your worries and letting them go and letting God, even if it's just for right now. And hopefully if it's for again later. But Kate asks us to respond by taking a minute to reflect on one of the things we didn't check off on the list. And how can we make a difference or do something about it today, even if it is a human-sized difference? How can you offer God's love, grace, and compassion to make these problems a little bit better, even just for today? Let it be your goal to do what you can and leave the rest to God. Well, today on my list of things that I didn't check off would be getting everything done for Christmas. So you know what? Today I'm going to wrap at least 2 gifts. That is what I will do, and I will call that a win. And the other thing that I had on here was my own health. So for the sake of my own health today, I am going to rest and take it easy and eat a well-balanced supper and have a just easygoing night in. And it's cold outside. It's the perfect kind of day for it. My friends, I hope you can find a couple things within your control this week. And if you can't, well, do what you can and leave the rest to God. But before we go, from Kate Bowler, a blessing for our restless hearts. God, we bless the starlight that is Advent, the goodness that is coming but is not yet. We bless the longing that we feel here in the in-between. Bless the stirrings, the restlessness, because so much is imperfectible, unfinishable. We bless our unknowing, our agreeing to let the world be the world. We bless the steadiness of your gaze upon us, for you see us as we are, and as we were always meant to be. You are the mirror held before us, the love by which we see. Amen. And my friends, I will bid you all a wonderful evening, and I will see you here tomorrow for day 9. All right, everybody, have a good night.